Hey everybody, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Do me a favor before we get started, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and notification bell next to it so that you won't miss episodes. So we're going to talk about what is going on in the real estate market. So Wall Street investors are dumping homes. Wall Street investors are dumping homes at a 20% discount. So it is almost as though they know something that is going to happen before it happens, and they're dumping homes at a 20% discount. Wall Street investors have stopped buying. So, who are these Wall Street investors anyway? When we say Wall Street investors, so they have specific names, and I'm going to name a few. Invitation Homes. Anyone ever heard of them? Invitation Homes. Invitation Homes. First Key Homes. Anyone ever heard of them? So those are a few, but there's a noticeable trend going on right now. Wall Street investors are dumping homes at a 20% discount. They're getting out of the market. They have stopped buying. Now, this has happened in certain cities. It's happening in certain cities relative to other cities. And I'm going to name those cities or states, have you. Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. So anyone live in those areas or close to those areas? So there's a trend happening south of Atlanta where the values of the homes are declining. However, if you go north of Atlanta, they're appreciating. So like I said before, there's no coincidence on what areas appreciate and what areas don't. So south of Atlanta, they're noticing the values of these homes are going down. However, North Atlanta appreciating. All right. So we got Georgia, Tennessee, Florida. Florida is overvalued right now. It is overpriced. And Florida is one of the areas where the Wall Street investors are getting out. Wall Street investors, they are getting out of south of Atlanta. They are getting out of Tennessee, and they are getting out of Florida, as if they see something that's going to happen before it happens. So this is the current trend. And you can basically see who owns these properties by looking at the tax records. So when you get ready to buy, if you're interested in buying, you're going to go look over at the tax records to see who actually owns the property. Is it an individual or is it a Wall Street investor? So with this trend that is happening, they're dumping homes, they're getting out of the market, and they're getting out of the market in a hurry. So they're just trying to get rid of that house without making any repairs to the house. They are just getting out. So, what effect will this cause? Well, for certain cities, it may cause a downturn in the markets and it may cause a housing crash in certain neighborhoods, right? So, we will see what happens. Again, this is certain neighborhoods. So, it's not the entire 50 states. It's happening in certain neighborhoods. As far as Atlanta goes, Atlanta does have strong economic growth. There are a lot of companies based out of Atlanta. which allows it to have high job growth potential and a strong economy. To name a few of the companies based out of there, they're companies that you're familiar with: the Coca-Colas, the Microsofts, Delta, the Home Depot, to name a few. So it does have a strong economy as far as economic growth and job creation. So even though this trend is happening, we will see. We will see. So first was the stock market, right? First, the stock market is crashing because of the tariffs. And now they are forecasting that something is getting ready to go down with real estate. And this is certain cities, right? Decrease in the prices of homes, right? But I have noticed a decrease in the price of homes in other states besides these cities that are being mentioned, right? Prices dropping. I have noticed that. So, as far as south of Atlanta goes, the rent prices are going down, and they are also having apartment buildings that are vacant to the point where they're offering 3 months free just to get a tenant in there, right? So, south of Atlanta, that is the number one place for Wall Street investors. Did you find that interesting? So they will go target a specific location, and that location is south of Atlanta, Wall Street investors, right? Then they're in other places, like I mentioned, Tennessee and Florida. And they're in other states also, but these are the ones they target, but they are in all of the 50 states. But these locations that I mentioned is where they buy up the most homes, right? And the trend is that they have stopped buying and they are trying to get rid of these homes as fast as possible, offering 20% discounts. So it may cause a housing crash for these certain neighborhoods. And then again, it may not, because, like I said before, Atlanta is a place with a strong economy. They have a lot of companies there, and they have strong job growth there, right? But it may cause a downturn in the market. So, not necessarily a crash, but a downturn, like a noticeable downturn. So, what do you do with this information? Well, just recognizing that a trend is happening is pretty important. Noticing that Wall Street investors are dumping homes and that they have stopped buying. So, noticing the trend, um, that's of number one importance. And then just realizing that the person who stays in it for the long haul is the one that wins. So, say for example, stocks are doing horrible right now because of the tariffs. The person that stays in it for the long haul is the one that wins. Real estate is next, but a lot of people can't see it. The person that stays in it for the long haul is the one that wins. So, I interviewed a real estate person who went through the 2008 crash, and he decided to pivot from real estate to government contracting. And so I thought that was interesting. And then it just goes to show you how important diversification is. So, diversifying, you see how important it is, right? Not putting all of your eggs in one basket. So, this is what is going down in the real estate industry. And it's basically just starting. where a lot of people can't see what's getting ready to happen. And then other people notice. All right. So do me a favor. If you're interested in buying property, check out this wait list. It doesn't have to be now, it can be future. If you're interested in the future, check out that wait list, join the wait list. Also, check out my hat collection in the link below. If you made it this far in the video, type in the word diversify. All right, that helps me out. It helps the channel. Why? Because they want to see interaction. All right. So if you made it this far in the video, type in the word diversify. All right. So thank you for watching, everyone. On your way out, hit that like button. See you next time.